The following program was produced at the media facilities at Hofstra University's School of Communication.
Good night, everyone.
21 days after Barack Obama stepped onto the Hofstra campus to battle John McCain in the historic third and final presidential debate, students, joined by an impressive contingent of press, gathered at Hofstra's election party as they watched coverage of the candidates in their final showdown. When asked about the election, though, most of the students expressed their personal feelings about the importance of this unprecedented campaign season.
And the reason why is that they've realized over the past 8 years that politics, that our government, that who we vote for and the fact that we vote really does affect their lives.
The past few months have been some of the most exciting months of my life. Honestly, the day of the debate, I volunteered, and it was probably one of the best days of my life. I will never forget this.
I have never felt more connected in my life to the American system. I mean, you grow up, you watch your parents vote, you watch elections on TV. You know, if you're lucky, you get to go to college, you get to study politics firsthand, and you know how important voting is. You study it, you know that the youth don't come out, that the old people do come out. You know that, which are the swing states and which are not, and how campaigns are targeted. But until you go into, I live in Jersey and I drove home last night so I could vote in a booth, the proper way. I didn't want to vote absentee. And I can't even tell you how powerful it was to hit those buttons and push cast vote. I walked out of that booth and I felt different.
For many, it was also the very first time they had voted.
I'm 18, I'm a sophomore, and this is the first time that I'm eligible to vote, so it means a lot to me that I can be part of this, and knowing that I can be part of the change in who's ever becoming president tonight.
I'm looking forward to covering your debate in October. I don't know if you've heard that Hofstra will be hosting a presidential debate.
The best opportunity I've ever had to get involved in politics, journalism, and it's just so integrated into what I'm learning already.
I came to Hofstra because I heard about the debate when I was a senior in high school, and that before I even got here excited. Now that I'm here as a senior and seeing the buzz and everyone out, everyone participating, you can't really put a word to it. It's a fantastic feeling, it's really exciting.
Inside Hofstra at a place we call Spin Out.
There's going to be a debate here that could affect who's the next president of the United States. And to be part of that, to be part of that environment, part of that experience, what could be more exciting and what could be more important?
So exciting to actually see presidential studies, presidential politics in practice. I think it's just been this jolt of energy for the students, and they've been such great participants in our events leading up to this, our whole Debate 2012 program. In fact, that's why on the debate day, we have so many events on campus, and we want them to attend, to learn, and to be a part of this process, because it's really all about all of Hofstra, not just the organizers, and it's a true university and community celebration of democracy.
The whole political world is going to come through Hofstra. They always say Hofstra is the best place to come if you're really interested in politics.
A big reason why I came was because they had the debate in 2008 and I was a political science student. I mean, I expected there to be political events. I didn't expect the debate to be here again, which was really awesome.
There is such a buzz here on the campus. It's just a pot that's just bubbling and bubbling and building up. And it just makes you want to get even more involved in the political scene.
A lot of people think that the younger generation doesn't really care about politics and the government. So to have the students actually be able to go to the debate that's here at Hofstra and participate in it all, having the speeches and all the candidates coming here. I have friends that actually want to go, and I'm going with a bunch of my friends. I think it's a great opportunity. Even my roommate is able to work with media, and it's great for their majors.
It's very rewarding
rewarding for everybody who's coming back. There's been phone calls that I've gotten for the last 2 weeks from folks that I went to school with when I was a reporter for WRHU. So it's coming home, it's rewarding, it's very satisfying when the world comes full circle from being a student to now being a professional.
All eyes today will be here on Hofstra University.
In just over 24 hours, all eyes in America and around the world will be on a Long Island university.
Hofstra will be center stage for the second presidential debate.
For Long Island reporter Greg Sergel continues our team coverage tonight from the Hofstra campus.
I think the most exciting part of being part of this debate is just the pride that I felt for the school, for Hofstra. I walked into the spin alley, the debate following center, and I almost cried. I didn't know that I felt such passion for this school.
You know, the students who were here in 2008 and participated in one way or another, volunteered or went to the news programs or actually got into the debate hall, they will say to a person, it's an experience they will never, ever forget, to be the center of the nation's attention and the world's attention. So yeah, I would tell our students who are here, soak it all in and enjoy it, because you'll look back at this and be able to tell your grandkids, you know, I was there at this defining moment in American history.
Candy Crowley came in and she acted as moderator with Tavon and I on stage.
We had no idea that she was coming, and then she sort of just strolled on in with a little entourage. And I went up to her and I was like, I'm your stand-in. And she was like, oh, that's great. We like chatted a little, we got a picture together, so it was very cool.
There's the beginning of the debate, there's that 5-10 second handshake, and then they sit down. We actually had to do that handshake maybe like 50 times, just over and over and over for them to get everything straight. You just see how these little things that people just say, oh, it's just a handshake, even that has so much preparation.
Meeting Obama was pretty much the climax of it all. The way he strolls in is, he pretty much controls the room. He really comes up close to you, firm handshake, and he has a nice smile.
I've heard so many stories from people who've done all kinds of jobs during the debate. So it's not only like that we got to do this cool thing, but a lot of other people got to do all sorts of unique jobs.
You never realize like how much work actually goes into something like this until you're behind the scenes, seeing all of the workers building stages and doing all the lighting and seeing all of the news networks setting up.
We're doing a lot of political coverage day to day in our nightly news broadcast, and we're also going to do special coverage for election night itself in November.
Being a production assistant is whatever sort of pre-production elements they need help with, from setting up cables to standing in when they need to focus in cameras. The coolest part of this experience has definitely been interacting with people that are actually in the industry, working side by side with them, getting that background knowledge and experience that we're trying to earn one piece at a time.
I teach performing history and public address, and I thought, what a wonderful opportunity to stage the historical moments that lead up to every single issue that's going to be discussed in the debate. So I got my students to do the research. Every single word they say is historically accurate, and you'll see them in tents all over campus. They're going to be performing everything from the abolition of slavery to women getting the right to vote.
I performed in Democracy in Performance as James Weldon Johnson. He was the first black man in Florida, actually, to pass the bar exam for law. And he was also the executive secretary of the NAACP. And just speaking about that and speaking as him, it was a moving experience. He was the one who penned the song, Lift Every Voice and Sing. And so there was a point in my performance where I was speaking to a full crowd of middle school and high school students from Hempstead and Uniondale. And at the end of the speech, I sang the song. Suddenly, a couple of students stand up, and then more and more students stand up, and then people join in singing together. It was one of those moments that just gives you goosebumps all over, because you know it wasn't about you. It was about an ideal bigger than all of us.